Hey everyone, and welcome to another Majesty discussion video. And today we are talking about 3 ways you can prepare for a BCS type tournament. Guys, the setup is different, and the audio is different too. I'm using a microphone, and I'm using a new webcam that I got. I got it a while ago. I used my phone because it was just easier to kind of like edit on it, transfer all the videos, but you don't really care about that. This is higher quality. This is a lot handier for me. So, if you want to subscribe, if you like what you see and hear, if you comment down below, like the video. Without any further ado, let's get into the video. So, number one will be know what deck you are bringing to the tournament. Now, if you go and decide, hey, I'm playing Savas for BCS, and I'm going to do that. And then the week before, you're like, actually, maybe I want to play Gear Chronicle or something. I actually want to play Gear Chronicle instead. You're going to be so screwed. Because the deck that, if you be like, okay, I want to have the winningest deck right now. I want to build Narukami. I have it right now. You're going to, A, struggle to get the cards, potentially in time. B, not fully know how the deck's going to work. And C, you're going to be a complete disadvantage to the people who do, who spent months and weeks practicing, hours practicing the deck, knowing what to do in each matchup. You're going to be at a very big disadvantage. And that is a problem, because it's always best to come to a tournament with a deck that you know most. Like with me, I'm choosing Aquaforce, Savas. That's going to be a deck that I'm going to choose to bring to BCS. So, and I'm practicing with it, I'm learning matchups, I'm knowing exactly what to do during like each match that I do. And that's the thing, you need to be comfortable with what you do. I know Savas really well, but I am using these next 3 weeks to like relearn everything that I know. Because, for example, I'm going to stride Gamble Dragon on my first stride. That's just a no-brainer in my head. But, if I want to potentially, if there's something that gambled I'm unable to do, I need to know if there's any other strides. So that's it. You need to know the deck that you are bringing to the tournament. And speaking of learning your deck, play test like crazy. What I'm doing now is I am learning to play against every clan that is in like the top 10 best decks that are playing in tournaments. Currently, right now, like Link Joker, Chaos Breaker Dragon, that is going extremely well. That's an extremely strong deck, and I'm playing against it. I spent all day yesterday play testing, learning, understanding what cards are needed. A CBD heavy format is Aquaforce has Galphilia, which is around here somewhere. But yes, Aquaforce has Galphilia, and I normally run 2. But is this going to be? I normally use it for like counter charging. However, with a CBD heavy format, I now need to test through my testing yesterday. I very much now understand that 3 is going to be a good number. Because, I'm choosing to run 2 Furious Charge Dragons, but I'm going to take 1 out in order to, have that third space for an extra G-Guard. And plus, an extra G-Guard means you don't have to CB as much with your other 3 G-Guards that you have. So I'm running a whole 7 G-Guards in this deck, rather than 6, because I need that third, and I don't want to take another card out. That's it. So testing is exactly like that. Being like, what card do I need? Also in my main deck, I've been, testing cards out, how to boost consistency. I thought I had the deck list narrowed down, but then yesterday, again in my testing, I understood that my consistency was down, and I normally run Axel 1. But in my testing, I realized Axel 2 is a lot better against CBD, for example. Shiranui, Nubatama, I realized that keeping grade 0s out of the drop as much as possible is great. There's a card in the main deck. If you're playing if you're playing Aqua Force, Nikki is a great option because it can put normal units to the bottom of the deck, and you can soul charge. Now, I had one grade 0 in my drop zone. It was the starter, and I realized, oh shit, if he calls the starter from any of the skills, I'll be screwed. So you rest your Nikki, and you put the grade 0 to the bottom of the deck. Now, those are just some random stuff that you need to remember against. That's my testing against Shiranui. I haven't tested against Dieliner yet. I haven't tested against Eradicators yet. Eradicators are going to be a big one because it's a heavy XL2 deck, or XL deck in general. It's just all of these kind of random tips and everything. I'm just telling you what your thought process should be whenever coming to a tournament-based settings. And the next thing is just knowing your matchups. Knowing your matchups are so huge. You have to be well prepared. You have to know what to do. Like, again, bringing up Chaos Breaker Dragon. You know that you have to damage deny them until turn 3. At least until turn 3, because, they're grade 2 or whatever. Maybe I'll put up around here. That grade 2 gives you CB1 and call of the top card of your deck as locked. And then a lot of their cards can just pop off completely because you have locked cards in your field, and that's everything. So a lot of it's like, if you have a locked card, if your opponent has a locked card, do this, do that, do this. So you want to get that as quickly as possible. Also, if you're able to write down, that's fantastic, because they don't CBD again through testing against the meta decks. You know that CBD generally does not use, like 99% of the time, does not use their History Collection Stride. So they can't Superior Stride against you, they can only attack in Twin Drive. But if you ride down using Savis's skill, for example, to the grade 2, they don't have to do that. You just have to deal with Twin Drive. And so that is just one of many, many examples that you want to do. Ride down is a thing that people thought were like dead, or you don't do as much anymore. But as you can tell, the ride down is a very, very unique, very still usable thing, and it's although very niche, it's very useful. And that's the testing that I did. That I learned to understand that I always went, okay, always get the XLs, but in a CBD setting, you can't get XLs because you're not getting as much worth. And again, using XL2. XL2, it will be gone, but at least you get to draw a card. At least you get to, you drew a card from the XL2, and, you're not losing as much because instead of, 10k, it's 5k. But yeah, so that is, again, I know I'm using CBD as an example a lot, but that is a very menacing deck right now, and that's exactly what I'm testing against. It's a very rough matchup for Aquaforce. I need to test against, Night Rose, Melista, a few other things. Like Neo Nectar is coming up to be really, really powerful too, so I need to test against that. So in these 3 weeks, that's what I'm going to do. I know this is very word heavy. I know this is a very word heavy video, but I just need to get you guys into the understanding that yes, this is what you need to do. You need to think like crazy. I'm guilty of of not doing this. Just kind of acting like this this game is solitaire when it really isn't. It's a very back and forth game. Always, and a fourth thing as well, always ask questions. If you're testing, it's going to be like a 3.5, always ask, okay, what does that card do? Because they are under no obligation to tell you what any card does unless it's like, an auto ability. So on attack, whatever. Always ask questions. Always understand. Be like, cards in hand, cards in drop, trigger count, please, because that really helps you kind of play the odds whenever you're about to guard. This is just basic shit right now, but it'll be very helpful. In preparing. It's good to practice these things and preparing for a big tournament, because sometimes whenever you're playing casually, you forget to ask these things. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. I'll just figure out whatever. I'll just figure this out whenever. But it's very important that you do these, you do these things. But anyway, guys, I think I've rambled on long enough. These are the key points that you need to hit. These are the things that I've learned about, practicing for a competitive tournament. These are things that I'm going to need to learn in these next 3 weeks, and these are things I hope you will find helpful. Whenever you're coming up. The next BCS I'm going to is in Cardiff. I don't know when the BCSs are, in America or, other countries. But I hope this helps you out, and I hope if you didn't know this, it helps you out. And I hope if you do know this kind of reinforces, oh yeah, this is what I have to do. So, anyway, guys, if you like the video, why don't you subscribe, comment down below, like the video, share the video with people who you may think will like this. And, guys, I'd just like to thank you so much for watching. I'm back, and I will see you guys in the next video.